I know it's been a wee while since I've posted a video on here, so hello. This is going to be another one of my rants, I'm afraid. It's been a long week and a long weekend, and yeah, so basically I got a message on Twitter from someone called Southern Belle, I think they're called, who informed me that I am not a I was not born gay. I chose to be a homosexual. Now, it took me by surprise, because whilst I've dealt with this kind of thing before, on a face-to-face level from people, it's still always quite of a shock, and not really a shock. It's just ignorant. It's just rude. I didn't ask for your opinion on this. If you feel the need to give me your opinion on my sexuality, then feel free to keep it to yourself, because I don't want to hear it. Unless I've asked you for that opinion, which in this case I didn't. Please refrain from getting in my face about something that you have no idea about. It's the same as coming up to me and giving me your opinion on my family, or my religion, or my skin colour, or my height, or my weight. Unless I've explicitly said, hey stranger, please give me your enlightening and informant opinion about what you think about me. Don't. Just save yourself the time and save yourself the ear bashing you'll get from me, because I will respond. And it won't be pretty. Okay? And I also think that there is something to be addressed here, in that people do still think that sexuality is a choice. It's not. Now, you might say that show me the evidence to prove otherwise. Well, show me the evidence to prove that it is a choice. Because I know of whatever percentage of gay people there are in the world that can back me up on this. It's not a choice. It's not. To say that homosexuality, or any sexuality for that matter, whether it's bisexual, homosexual, heterosexual, transsexual, pansexual, is a choice, then it usually comes from straight people. This isn't an attack on straight people. I have no problem with your sexuality. But I've never had a gay person tell me that my sexuality was a choice. I've also never told a straight person their sexuality was a choice, because I know it's not. But to say that it is a choice it kind of gives me the impression that you haven't thought about what you've just said. Because if you think about it, why would I choose to be gay? Why would anyone choose to be gay? You think of the amount of asinine nonsense and just BS that gay people put up with. For me, it's not on a daily basis, but it seems to be on a weekly basis from people. Perhaps not face to face, but definitely online. And it's always people who never show their own face. But why would I choose to be gay? Let's look at the facts. I can't get married. I can't adopt. I can't give blood. I can't hold my own partner's hand in the street, because I fear I may get my head kicked in. I'm worried about where we may choose to live, because of the previous point. It almost destroyed my relationship with my family. It was mental hell whenever I came out. I didn't just wake up one day and think, do you know what? I really want to see what that's like. I wonder what Matthew Shepard went through, because that seems like a really good idea. What happened to those people is horrific. What happens to people on a daily basis because of their sexuality, and especially young people, is absolutely horrific. And it's not okay. And for someone to say that it's a choice, that they chose that's by somehow it's their fault, that other people, ignorant, closed-minded people, give them this abuse, that they somehow invited upon themselves because of a choice they've made. How dare you? That's like saying black people invited racism because they chose the colour of their skin. Now, that argument, if someone said that to you, you would say, you know what, you're nuts. That's a crazy argument, and people wouldn't even say it because they know it's wrong. They know it's nuts. It doesn't make any sense. It's illogical. Sexuality is the same. I know there are people out there who are ex-gay, who have had conversion therapy or reparative therapy or whatever it is, and that say they're no longer gay. That's up to them. I'm not going to judge them. I don't agree with that. I don't think that is actually normal. But I'm not going to tell them that they're less any worth, or they're worth any less or more than I am because of that. That's up to them. As long as they're happy, I don't care. But I didn't choose to be gay. I don't know a single gay person who did. I don't know when I realised I was gay, but that's all it was. It was a realisation. It wasn't a sudden change. It wasn't a switch that I flicked on and off. And believe me, I've tried not being gay. Okay? I've prayed to not be gay. When I was younger and when I first came out, I used to think to myself, if there was a pill that I could take that would make me straight, I would take 20 of them. Just to make sure, because it was so, so horrible. So don't... This is for people who don't understand homosexuality or sexuality. I'm not professing to be an expert on it. But if you feel the need to give someone your opinion on their sexuality, make sure it's informed. And make sure you were asked for it first. Because do not get in someone's face, especially mine, about my sexuality or anything to do with me that you don't understand. Because you will regret it. That's not a threat. I'm just saying, it's not a nice thing to do. If you want some information about the nature of sexuality or the spectrum of sexuality, because I believe it is a spectrum. I think sexuality is fluid. I don't think you choose it, but I think it is fluid. But if you want some information on that, look it up on Google. Don't harass me. Don't harass gay people online. Don't harass anybody online for any reason. If you want to find out about something, look it up on Google. I'm sure there's something that's been written about it. Just don't get in my face. Okay, I'm sorry for this really passive-aggressive video, but I needed to get this off my chest. I needed to let off some steam, and I appreciate you watching. Hopefully the next video I have up will be a positive one. But I think in terms of dealing with these things, as somebody who is out and proud and confident in my sexuality, I think it's, and people like me, I think it's our responsibility to kind of challenge these attitudes. Because there are young people killing themselves, taking their own lives because they get this kind of abuse from their own churches, from their own teachers, from their own parents on a daily basis. And that's not something that should be okay. So it is our responsibility to make sure that it is challenged and addressed. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and I appreciate that. Okay, thanks. Bye.